Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Denizes and today we will discuss about Harvest Festival. Um Before I find this page, I actually try to search for Autumn Festival. So festivals that will be conducted during autumn season basically. So I tried to find those, but the thing is, I couldn't find any. Well, I mean, at least in the Wikipedia, it's not, one page. It's like a list of autumn festivals, and then there were like many so many of them, and then I need to like press on one of them, and then I need to actually go to their each of their own page, right? Like there will be basically there's like 26 I think from that, and then there is like there's 26 pages, or there are 26 pages basically for each of those. And the thing is that my internet is not that great, and to load and unload pages, I'm not sure if it will be sustainable for that because my internet is poor. But yeah, as for that, as the change, I'm just making it to Harvest Festival, and it's not Autumn Festival because it's basically Harvest Festival occurs in autumn season, and like basically, the Harvest Festival is done in the autumn season, like most of culture anyway. So instead of searching for the autumn festivals, I'm trying to just search for the Harvest Festival instead. And the Wikipedia, brought me here, and then I just have this. Like, there's actually a long reading of this, and we'll get into that. But yeah, Harvest Festival is an annual celebration that occurs around the time of the main harvest of a given region. Although it's not always during autumn season as well, if I remember, like because you can actually harvest stuff, harvest plants in other season as well. I think like in the spring there is also plants that will be effective if it's planted on spring and harvested on spring as well. Like maybe spring onion, right? Because the name is spring onion, it's probably is available during spring. Like I'm thinking about the game Stardew Valley, right? The game that we played like months ago basically at this point. And there is spring, and then there is summer plants as well, and then there is fall plants or autumn plants. And basically like most of those plants can only be planted and grown in certain seasons. It's either one season or two seasons or full year for some rare seeds, I think, if I remember correctly. But yeah, um, and then obviously like things like pumpkin is during autumn, and then like during summer there is, I think, potato is during either spring or summer. I think it's during spring because I remember uh starting the game right during spring, and then we can actually plant potato, or maybe the potato can be planted during spring and summer as well. I don't know, right? I don't remember honestly. Like maybe I will have to go back to the game because we only like made several episodes of that, right? But yeah, um yeah, I but the thing is that I think when people heard the term Harvest Festival, it is actually done during autumn seasons. But yeah, we'll go into that. Oh, also like corn as well, right? I think corn also harvested during either summer or fall or autumn in this case. But yeah, given the difference in climate and crops, Harvest Festival can be found at various times. Harvest Festival feature feasting, both family and public, with foods that are drawn from crops. So basically, this festival is just because all the farmers just had are having great harvest, right? And they had, they are having so many crops, and because again, like crops is food, right? And food is a gift from God or something like that. And like then we need to be grateful, right? And then they to celebrate that, they do like festivals, right? For that, like one of them is in this case, right, about feasting or about giving people food, right, from their crops. Like either give them directly or make them into food and then share the food, right, which is also possible, I think. Okay, this one is in Ontario, Canada. Prize corn at Rockton World's Fair, an annual harvest festival. Okay. In Britain, thanks have been given for successful harvest since pagan times. So it's like Thanksgiving basically, right? Um, Held in September and October, which is around this time when this video is released, right? It's in the end of September already, and tomorrow is actually October, right? And spoiler alert, there will be something for October. I have planned some stuff as well during October. Like our discussions for the entire month of October will be something. And that's about it. That's all the spoilers that I can have. If you want to know what that is, then stay tuned for tomorrow because it's literally will be out tomorrow in like 24 hours from now, basically. But yeah, and then the modern harvest festivals include singing hymns, praying, and decorating church with baskets of fruit and food. Yeah, again, it's all about food, right? Because it's harvesting, and then people will have so many harvests, right? Either they keep them, they sell them, or they eat them, right? Partially as for the celebration in itself. Known as Harvest Festival, Harvest Home, Harvest Thanksgiving, or Harvest Festival of Thanksgiving. Okay, that's a little bit of repeating, but yeah, okay. In British and England, Caribbean churches, chapels, and school, and some Canadian churches, people bring in produce from the garden, the allotment, or farm. The food is often distributed among the poor and senior citizens. The local community are used to raise funds for church or charity. Harvest Festival in Asia, okay, include Chinese Mid Autumn Festival. Okay, Mid Autumn Festival. I think it's the Mooncake Festival, if I remember correctly. Because I actually already been visiting this page. Like I said in the earlier, I tried to find autumn festivals, but then it's just either too many or I needed to open multiple pages, right? Which will load and unload using the internet basically. And it will be bad because my internet is bad. So I just glide over them. And one of them is the Mid Autumn Festival, one of the most widely spread harvest festival in the world. In Iron American was celebrated in extravagant style at Persepolis. Not only was it the time for harvest, but it was also the time when taxes were collected. So yeah, taxes probably like food for the tax, right? Basically, like maybe it when it's in the past, then it will be for the king, right? Brought gifts for the king or contributing to a lively festival. In India, okay, Makar Sankranti, Taipongal, Uttarayana Lori, Magh Bihu or Bogali Bihu in January, Holi in February, March, Vaisakhi in April, in April, I mean, and Onam in August to September are a few important harvest festival. Okay, so like I said again, right? Because you can actually plant crops and harvest them throughout the year. Essentially, you don't have to wait until September, right? Like, sure, some crops will take longer than the others, and it will, most of the time ripe at the same time during this point in time, right? After summer or during autumn. But then again, there's also some other plants as well that will keep producing throughout the year. Like, for instance, here in my country, like chilies, I think, because I have my own chili tree. Like, it's actually doing fine right now. It's still, giving me a harvest, and I actually have planted the plant since basically since last year, and then like I don't know, like 50, not like 100 episodes ago, basically at this point, where I talk about my chili plants actually giving me stuff. And then I also have tomato, but the tomato is not doing well. One of them died, and I only have one left. And it's actually making bushes of leaves, but the thing is that the fruit is not as I expected. For some reason, it's not growing big, and it just explodes or erupts during the growth, and it rots. Right? I don't know what happened there. Maybe I put too much water. I'm not entirely sure what, but I don't know. I'll probably try to figure it out. And then to celebrate the week-long harvest festival of Sukkot in the autumn observant. Also, by the way, I don't know how to pronounce any of these. I just pronounce it using my own pronunciation in my country, basically like the common pronunciation in my country, and then as well as try to mix it with English pronunciation as well. Like like this one Sukkot, right? Um, we will read this as Sukkot, but maybe it's like Sukkot or something like that, right? Observant Jews build temporary hut or shack called a sukkah. Again, sukkah or sake or I don't know, right? I don't know how the pronunciation. I will pronounce using my own. Yeah, you can say my own accent, right? From Southeast Asian. But yeah, a sukkah has three walls and a semi open roof or semi-open roof, I don't know, designed to allow the elements to enter. Okay, okay, so there's not really anything in Japan. I don't know if Japan doesn't have anything. They should have, right? Because like um if you go to Japan at any time, I think there's always some festivals that's going around there. Like at any point in time, I think there's something happening in Japan, which is probably not true, but mostly most of the cases, I think it's true anyway. But yeah, because like Japan is like one of the country that has so many cultures, right? Like watching like PewDiePie and Marzia again. I have said this previously. Lived in Japan makes me kinda motivate me to sometime in the future actually to visit Japan. Maybe to stay there as well for a period of time. Not really moving house because I have like my family's here, everyone, and we live um considerably like pretty much close by to one another as well. And living in another country, that's just I never thought going that way. Maybe I will actually think about that in the future, but not now, honestly. Well, obviously because I don't have the money, but then if I do have the money, then it will still be like things to be thought, because again it's very far away from my house right now, and it will just be again like it will be very like you know we'll basically like a long distance relationship with our family, right? Which is not always great, not always bad, but then again, it is what it is. Yeah, maybe if I ever actually have the chance, then maybe like only few weeks or few months and then go back. Like basically we go there as tourists. That is if the country still allows people to actually come to Japan anyway. But yeah, customs and traditions. An early harvest festival used to be celebrated at the beginning of harvest season on 1st August and was called Lamas, okay, meaning love mass, okay. Um, okay, this is a lot of reading, right? This is like basically their culture, like their, what is it, like their ceremony, like procedures for that. But yeah, okay, this one is in Poland. Oh, actually looks great. Is that like lots of bakery as well? Or is that like raw food, like base ingredient food? I'm not entirely sure, but I can actually see some fruit over here. I think that's apples. But yeah, this one over here looks like bread, right? It's probably from the what is it called again? Um, oh, I actually forgot the name. What's that you used to make bread again? The flour before the flour. Um, like you grind these plants and it turns into flour, right? But what was the flour again? Yeah, that's the plant, right? The plants. I mean, and I actually forgot what it's called in English anyway. Okay, this one is in Poland still. Where is it again? Is it still the same? I think so. Okay, I saw England over here, British people. Um, okay. Oh, okay, that's about it. But yeah, we don't actually see lots of yeah. This one list of global harvest festivals. Um, oh, this one just it. There is actually a page called list of not harvest, autumn festivals. But then again, it just shows like this. So basically, like there is things like this, right? And then we actually need to press each one of them to load a new page. But then again, my internet is bad. I cannot do that honestly. Oh, there is no notes over here. Okay. References. Okay, that's the reference, and then external links. Okay. Not much reference to be honest, but yeah. And then yeah, last edited 4 months ago. When this video is released, it will be like 6 months ago, I think. But yeah, maybe in between, in spare of 2 months, probably someone edited, but I don't know. But yeah, I think that'll be it for today's discussion about Harvest Festival. Not that much that is shown over here. Again, like probably there is so much others place as well. Like in my country as well, I believe there is actually a lot of harvest festival as well. Like they make like a tower out of food. So like they make a tower, and then at the first layer there is like rice, and then the second layer there will be like you know food or dish that is made out of like those crops, maybe like some vegetables, like vegetables like salad or something like that. And then the third layer, like probably like the the meat from the livestock as well, although that's not technically harvesting, that's more like butchering livestock. But it's still the same basically. It's like the yield of something that you raised or grow, right? And yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you again tomorrow on the 1st October, and this one will be special. It will be for 31 days at the month of October. Like full October, we'll discuss something, right? Like there will be like one theme, and yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys enjoy it. I will see you again tomorrow. In about 24 hours from now. Just wait for it. And yes, stay healthy, eat healthy, drink healthy, and have a great harvest time. in the year probably. But yeah, and see ya.